What am I doing here now? I'm supposed to do a tutorial. Why do I have to do it? Why can't you? Well, I don't have a physical plush form yet, so, you gotta do it, bud. Fine. Well, hello. I really don't know how to start this video. Are you like me and have an unhealthy addiction to making stuffed animals, but you're also like me and don't know how to sew actually good stuff like this? Well, then this is the video for you, because I'm going to show you how to make your very own plushie. In the humanoid style similar to my digital circus, guys. Don't worry, I'm going to be doing Sonic style ones soon. The next tutorial is going to be on bootleg metal Sonic over there. And I will do ones on all those FNAF guys up there. But first I'm going to start with this thing. Okay, so I'm going to be voicing over the rest of this. It's probably not going to be as good of audio, but I gotta do it with something. So what you're going to need are some felt and scissors and hot glue stuff. And I'll be using jacks as a reference. So yeah, as you can see here, I've already cut out the head. I recommend folding it in half when cutting out the shape. And here's the second one because I'm going to be making Ming as well. So yeah. And for the body, I recommend a rectangle with kind of a rounded top. That way you can kind of like attach the head, kind of like pinching it onto the seam. As you can see with jacks here, kind of pinched it on there a little bit. So here, you see me trying to glue these things on. Put some glue around the edge there. Make sure to leave a hole in the bottom and the top. The bottom should have the bigger hole. I'm literally only leaving it in the top for something else. But yeah, make sure you put a nice good amount of hot glue on there. Slap that other piece on top and then just kind of pinch all that hot glue in there so that it's all nice and stuck together. Try your best not to touch the hot glue, otherwise it'll burn you and it'll hurt, and then you'll have dead skin on your finger and thumb like I've had for the past week. So what you want to do here is get the bigger hole, flat one at the bottom, and put some stuffing in there. That way you can kind of get it a decent enough shape. And yeah, make sure it's nice and round. Add a little bit more stuffing there. It's not too big of a deal, but it's not round. Trust me, I've done this so many times, it's not always round. So just stick some stuffing in there, not too far. You just add some hot glue around the edge of the felt, kind of like right there on the thin part, as you can see here, and then just smush it right down onto the felt. And that way, it'll give it kind of a flat bottom. And there you go. Now you got that attached there. And then you can take your scissors and just cut around there. You can cut out the excess in a moment. Just try not to get the hot glue stuck to your scissors. Otherwise, you're going to get your scissors stuck to the felt, which is not a pleasant experience, let me tell you. So yeah, there you go. And now you just stuff it more. Sorry, I just had to get your breath a little bit. So yeah, you just stuff it now. You just stuff it as much as you want. I stuffed it pretty well on this one. Not super stuffed, because the less you stuff it, it's going to be pretty squishy, but if you stuff it more, it's going to be pretty dense, and it's going to feel more like a soft brick, if anything else. It's not going to feel much like a plush. So yeah, and I'm making a mess with the stuffing because it always gets everywhere. And for sealing it, put some glue around the edge of the curved bit, as you can barely see. But yeah, just put some in the curve there, and then just pinch it shut and burn yourself again. There you go. You just pinch all that shut. Might be a little understuffed, so I already like cut it open and restuff it outside of this, but yeah. And you can also cut off the excess stuffing sticking out or hot glue bits. Might have to pick some hot glue off the scissors, but it works out in the end. Okay, now you've pretty much got the body done. You just gotta cut off all that excess stuff. And now, gotta attach the head. You gotta put some glue right there on the tip of the thing. And take the bottom of the head, or the back piece, I would start the back, and then put it right there. Not too far down, not too far up. Yeah, just gonna stick it on there like that. Then you're gonna wanna put some glue around the sides of the head. Make sure to leave a hole in the top. That is imperative. You must leave a hole in the top. So just put some glue around the edges of the head. Just the sides, not the top. And you're probably gonna have some of this like flappy bits here, so I recommend gluing those down, which will help stabilize the head. Make it a bit less floppy. You don't want to have a floppy head. Trust me, I've made plenty of plushies with a floppy head, and it ain't pleasant. So yeah. You could use like a pipe cleaner or cardboard for a spine if you so choose, but I find that a bit more irritating. Yeah, all you're gonna want to do now is grab some stuffing, and you're gonna want to take that hole in the head and shove it in there. Give this guy some brains. He can't disappear without brains. He needs brains if he's gonna ever, sing the national anthem.
Oh, say.
I'm just gonna skip over all this because it's really just me stuffing stuff, so I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit. Once you got enough stuffing in there, just put some glue around the top, just like you did for the body. And once you've got some glue in there, just gonna pinch it shut. You're gonna have to squeeze a lot for this one. So yeah, there you go. Now you got his head attached. Now let's get the photo again. Now for the arms and legs. I recommend finding a nice long bit. I'm gonna cut out this nice long strip of the felt. I'm gonna speed up the audio a little bit. Alright, now you got a nice long strip. Fold it in half, and then find the seam, and then basically stick your scissors right there and cut open the seam. Yeah, just like that. There you go. You're gonna want to take one of those pieces, fold it in half again, and then find the seam, and then just rinse and repeat. Just cut it. So what you're gonna want to do here is go to the long side, fold it like this. I know it's hard to see, but put some glue right there on the edge, just like that. And now carefully take the other end and glue it right there onto the other end. There you go. Squish it down. Make sure the hot glue doesn't squish out and glue the thing shut. But there you go. And that's how you make a tube. Okay, it's got 4 tubes now. This is an interesting part. You're gonna get out your felt again. Get the stupid felt off there because it's getting caught. Take the tube, make it a nice circle shape, and now add some glue along the rim, just like you did for the bottom of the torso piece. Squish it onto the felt. There you go, just like that. And you're basically gonna do this 3 more times now. Alright, now you got all the tubes glued to the felt. Good. Now you're just gonna take your scissors, try to keep it on camera, and cut out all those bits. You don't have to do this in the exact order. This is what I do. And yeah, there you go. So now you got that tube with a little bit on there. You take some stuffing, glue, put a little bit of hot glue, not along the edge, just like that. Yeah, just like that. And pinch it shut. Again, gonna want to do a lot of pinch. Here's the cool part. Now you gotta take this, gonna put some glue right there on the seam. Kind of like putting it on the edge, but now it's 2 layers now, so there you go. And then just gonna glue it right there to the seam of the torso, just like that. Yeah, there you go. Got one arm glued on, and you're gonna want to do the other arm now. And there you go. Now he's got 2 arms now, and he can do stuff with his arms. And now for the legs. These are a little different. Instead of putting them right there on the seam, you're gonna want to put it on the back instead. I recommend doing it with the folded bit, unless you want the folded bit to be out front. And then you're just gonna glue it on there, kind of curving the glue that's already inside it a little bit. Kind of gluing it right there onto the front of the torso, just like that, as you can see with Jax's, right there on the front. And that's it. You're pretty much done now. I mean, you can't just stop here. But this is Disappearing Guy, so we're not done yet. Get out of the brown felt. There we go. All right, now I'm just gonna cut out a circle here, if this footage will allow me to. I'm really not good at filming stuff like this. I'm sorry. But yeah, just cut out a circle. A nice, good, oval-like circle shape. That's a contradiction of terms. And make sure to cut out a little chunk out of it. Don't try doing this. Don't ever try folding it in half when it's 2 pieces of felt. It's not going to end well. So yeah, I'm just going to fold this in half. And I'm going to cut along it a little bit. There you go. And now you've got the right hat shape. And just slap it on front and on top of the other one. And just kind of cut along the other bit as a guide. And there you go. You're good. Now you got the top of the hat. Although this one is a little small, it still will work a little bit. So now, just like with the other pieces, just gonna put some glue along the edges of the top of the hat. Just put all that right there. Try not to burn yourself. Glue that on top, and there you go. And once it's all dry, you get some stuffing. Make sure it's all open. This part's a little difficult, but I think it can work. Just get some stuffing in there, and there you go. Get some glue along the edge, much like we've done 100 times already, and then just glue it on top of the circle. You're probably wondering how we're gonna attach the hat. Well, just gonna take your scissors and lobotomize him. Just cut off the top of his head. Just like that. Just cut off the top of his head. Yeah. Now you can see the inside of his head. It's a little crooked on this one because I was kind of in a rush and I've never done this kind of stuff before. So stick some hot glue right on top. Make sure the stuffing stays in there because this is a pain in the butt to make. And take the hat and squish it on top. I didn't give the hatband on there. I may go back and do that, but yeah. And after some minor adjustments, there's your own disappearing guy plush. And there you go. That's how you make your very own plush of Disappearing Guy from the Amazing Digital Circus. As you saw, I cut out duplicates of all these pieces in bright blue, and I'm going to be making Ming as well. And for him, it's really just the same thing. Just do all the same stuff you did for this, and just to make the hat a little bit different. Just the cap. Just instead of making the circle brim, make a more cap-like brim and all that. Although I will be making it a little bit differently. And just put on some eyes on there, and there you go. Although you don't need to just make this. This method will work for plenty of other characters you want to make. So, like, yeah, I think this method can work for a lot. Though, obviously, you could change things how you do it. With, like, the arms and legs, the body, the head, all the shapes and stuff. Yeah. And while this may not be one of my best plushies, I'm glad I finally got it done. And I'm glad I finally made this tutorial. I hope you find this very helpful in making your own customs. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Got anything to say, Disappearing Guy? Hey. Frankly, I should have seen that coming. But yeah, don't worry, I'll be making Ming as soon as this video is done, and I'm going to be making a short about it, so keep an eye out for new Digital Circus plush shorts, yeah!